What excites us most about the future is what we've seen in the past. We've seen God do marvelous things. We were there in 1999, and we know what God did, He can do again, and we're excited about the next generation.
God is doing wonderful things and greater still for our family. What we've been able to do is just talk about what the future means for each of us and how we can just grow together, not just by giving more of our money, but by giving more of our time. We're growing spiritually together as we learn.
I think the biggest encouragement that I've experienced, and I think Philip could attest to as well, is that God is faithful through everything. And even if you just give Him a little bit, He's going to make it much more than you could ever imagine. And especially with prayer, you could pray one thing and He's like, I got something better. Here we go.
How He spoke to me tonight was just have faith, like trust in me, and I will see you through whatever comes your way. Like
God's faithfulness.
God's faithfulness.
What a great opportunity to participate along with the rest of our church in committing ourselves to the Lord, committing our finances, our time. We have been so blessed to be a part of this fellowship, and we look forward to every step we take going forward.
We get to once again have the privilege of reminding ourselves that there is a God in heaven who loves us, who has a divine plan and purpose for each and every one of our lives. And His gospel still changes lives. And there's nothing better than seeing Jesus work in and mightily among us. Now, Pastor, you and I stood together on a stage at our church about 2.5 years ago. You stood before God's people and you gave me this baton. Now, knowing what I know now, 2.5 years later, with COVID and everything else, you probably should have given me a bat, you know?
Amen.
Well, you have a verse here that I think is appropriate for tonight and this season. Hebrews 12, 1 and 2. Therefore, the author of Hebrews says that we have been surrounded by such a cloud of witnesses. So many now have gone on to be with the Lord. So many are here tonight. And it's our privilege that in looking to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, we have an opportunity to pass the baton as men of God and pastors of God to the people of God, to the next race that God is calling us greater still. May God, as He's been faithful for generations, to be great in ministry, to be great in missions, to be great with our future, may we tonight dedicate ourselves to a greater still work of the Lord, ministry, missions, future.
To sit down and do talk about finances and where can we give and what stretches us and what puts pressure on us financially, to just say, God, you're going to need to provide this, because currently in the budget it doesn't exist, but this is where we feel that you've led us to give and what you've called us to start with.
So here's what happened tonight. We wrote down a number, and Angela said, is that sacrificial? We both looked at each other and said, no, it's not. We turned in the card. We don't know what sacrificial is, but we trust in the next few months God will show us sacrificial and we'll be able to get there. So we're excited about giving even greater still.